How are you doing tonight? I ended up taking a little bit longer to get back on than I intended to, but here I am nonetheless. I am currently going to head out to the Enchanted Lands, I believe, and try to get some of that stuff done. Let's see how. I think that actually I may go do some more on the warped nymphs on this Leatherfoot Tales, the last of the two to all, part 3, 2nd edition. And so to start with, because again we don't have a whole lot of time tonight, I'm going to go to Qeynos Harbor where I can get a ticket to Nymph Forest, and then hop over to Enchanted Lands. And it'll cost me 90 silver, but I think in the end it'll be worthwhile. So let's get a Nymph Forest ticket, 90 silver. As you can see, this ticket for sea travel must be used before camping or leaving the zone. So, come to the end of the dock where it says void by sea, this one here. Click that, and boom, there we go. Nektulos Forest, here we come. Alright, now that you're here, we're going to go over to Enchanted Lands, and then we can hop over to Rivervale from there. Looks like Mr. Torcala are in here right now. I guess I better ask if they need any help with anything, and I doubt it. But if they do, then that's perfectly fine too. I can certainly be open to going anywhere else, really. Fine with me either way. Let's see here. I don't actually, let's see. Yeah, I think I'd better go this way because I was thinking of some guys in Rivervale, but I think we're just gonna, as previously mentioned and then completely forgotten about within the last few seconds, gonna go do these Leatherfoot Tales first. If only I had a memory that lasted more than a few seconds, it would be super cool. But hey, you know what? It's how it is sometimes. Now we need some warped nymphs. Also though, I need to go over to Leatherfoot Farms because there's going to be a map in one of those little houses over there. One of the farmhouses. So, oh look at that, Hippity Boppity has logged in. What a lovely name. I think I've actually probably gone the wrong way. I should have gone through the river, or by the river, and that would have been a lot faster. But hey, I'm just doing all of the things as incorrectly as possible today. That's my goal here. For instance, I did not pick up the spirit totem of the wool before I left the house. Yeah, it's fine. We did, however, find a warped nymph, so I think that counts for something. Clearly, everything was done with some degree of purpose that was beyond what we knew. Begs the question. I do actually have my poison training, so that's something. Let's go for warped, because we know we have nymphs. We need warped nymphs, specifically. Distorted nymphs are a dime a dozen. Got an added warped nymph. What's my tail there? I'm telling you. Can't talk, can't think. All the can'ts are happening. I don't need the fabric patch. That is for the fairy lore and legend. I do need that warped nymph, but I don't need her for road sisters over there, so I think I'm just gonna go over here for this one. And not worry about that poor lost soul until she wanders a little more out here like that. That looks a lot better. I do appreciate how she segregated herself from the crowd in that manner. Very nice. These are the last two warped nymphs that I need, and I said it correctly that time. I'm pretty happy about that. So, get them, and then we'll get to read the book again. With joy in our hearts. Which means, of course, that we have to find the book. And the book in question is the Leatherfoot Tales, and the last of the something. Well, there it is right there. Last it all. Part 3, 2nd edition. Let's see what it has to say. Now, I read some of this earlier, but maybe some of you weren't here, so we're going to start this at the start. This book concludes adventures of Gumpy and the assault on Lyria. Introduction. The Houndslayer, also called Pathfinder, and his comrades take the first gate and bring this tale to its conclusion. Prologue. The Pterodog guards peered this way and that into the wooded area in which Gumpy Natu, the Kith Corps Rangers, and the Leatherfoot Elite were hiding. Gumpy's tummy rumbling had excited their cat-like curiosity, and left Gumpy cursing himself for not eating more dinner the night before. When the Dark Elf guards came closer to the treeland, 2 of the Rangers nipped out and grabbed them, bringing that danger to its close. Chapter 1. The units were gathered together and waited only for the Sarge's signal before swarming the first gate. They had measured the defense of the area, located breaches in the security, and planned accordingly. Gumpy dug in his pockets for some venison jerky, a hunk of bread, or a cheese to keep his stomach from growling again, but found himself without a single snack. Curses, he muttered. At that moment, the Sarge gave the signal. Pausing only to rifle the dead gnome's coat for any of the mechanomagical thing's parts, Gumpy found himself at the rear of the formation. He brandished his ivy-edged gladius menacingly and joined the fray. While their force was not particularly large, they had surprise on their side, thanks to the gagging of the remaining 2 gnomes, and were making mincemeat of the scant forces guarding the first gate. Gumpy located the Sarge and gave him the gizmo he'd found on the fallen gnome. Thanks, Gumpy, the Sarge said, adding, I haven't said nothing to you before now, but you're a good trooper. Glad the Rangers took to you so well. We couldn't have done this without him. Gumpy blushed. His tummy rumbled. The Kith Corps Rangers and Leatherfoot Elite troops pushed further into the foreign quarter, easily overcoming the resistance. "'Tis like slicing butter with a warm knife," cried one of the Rangers. "Why do you have to say butter?" thought Gumpy miserably, wishing he could find something to eat. The stomach continued its dull roar, and it was getting louder with every passing moment. He fought alongside the Sarge, who was trying to make his way forward to the remaining gnomes. The mechanomagical thing had to be put together, and only they knew how. Sniffing the air, the Sarge growled, "Gumpy, I told you to get rid of that nasty wolf tail." It's really starting to reek. Gumpy glanced at his belt, where the Rangers had hung the dread wolf's tail as a trophy piece. It was gone. Sarge, But Gumpy got no further as a louder rumbling shook the ground beneath their feet. The Sarge tottered for a moment, then regained his balance. Oh, for Bristlebang's sake, the Sarge grumbled, digging into his pocket and handing Gumpy a chunk of cheese. Eat something. Your stomach's going to shake the world down around our heads. And then the Sarge spotted one of the gnomes and darted off, leaving Gumpy behind. Gumpy knew it wasn't his stomach making the ground shake. It wasn't the wolf's tail making the air stink either. Whatever was going on, it was something else. Something bad. Grasping his gladius, Gumpy headed after the Sarge. Sarge! Sarge! Gumpy called, but because his mouth was full of cheese, it sounded more like Garg! Garg! The Sarge did not turn around. A tide of Kithakor Rangers swarmed between Gumpy and the Sarge. Gumpy, peering through legs and around bellies, could see the Sarge had one of the gnomes by its ears, and they were busily putting together the mechanomagical thing. The ground trembled, then roared. The Rangers turned toward the foreign quarters exit, and Gumpy was swept along. Sarge! He hollered again, but knew that no one could hear him over the sound of the earth breaking. Dust settled, and Gumpy and the Rangers looked toward what had been their battlefield. The mechanomagical thing had done its work, and the exit from Neriak's foreign quarter was sealed, together with the soldiers that had been unable to make their escape. That's the last of the Turdal, said one of the Rangers. Gumpy said solemnly, not the last of Sarge, though. He's a toughin'. Alright, and now we have as our reward this lovely book, which we can place in our house. Wonderful and glorious. However, we also have document retrieval over here, and I think I will try to make my way over to the Leatherfoot Farms and see if we can find the map. And in fact, I'm just going to inspect this map, see if we can locate it on here. Yeah, it does not seem to be marked on there. That's okay. Now what we're looking for is Leatherfoot map, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it looks like that. You can find a forgotten barrel of Jum Jum juice. Open the barrel. Now there's a quest, and it is to slay 15 twisted nymphs in the Enchanted Lands. When you open the barrel, a sour smell stings your nose. This doesn't smell like Jum Jum juice at all. Looking at the side of the barrel, you read Bad Batch 6. Someone or something must be ruining the Jum Jum crops in this area. Perhaps it is the twisted nymphs poisoning the soil with their tainted roots. So that is that. Update. And that was from one of the barrels inside the house. Now we're going to try going in the other area over here. And see if it's this map right there on the wall. And it is. Nobody in this room. I think this over here is just the bag tray, but there's the door at it. Ah. It's not just a bag door, we have Job's Leatherfoot in here. Now this over here is a collectible. It's one of the static collectibles. I already have it, so I'm not going to grab it again. But that's what it is, nonetheless. Now I have the quest to kill the twisted nymphs, but they're a little bit out of my league at the moment, I think, so I have no intentions of attempting to kill them right now. Even the ones over here are heroics. I ought to come this way because I need some barrels of water, and they're going to be along this river here. And so I may as well go along that river on my way and see if I can find one. I mentioned this before, but I'll mention again, those eyes can see a long ways. So if you can see them and they're looking your direction, they can probably see you, so be careful. Pop over here though, because to these barrel of water locations, they're not necessarily in those locations, I don't believe. I think they can just kind of be hither and yon around this area, around the stream itself. There's a distressed merchant. And there's the sludge creep. We definitely don't want to play around with the sludge creep. Now there is a shiny right here. We can't get it because, you know, there's all these goblins right here. I doubt I can try to search the rubbish while they're hitting me. Almost made it. Keep trying. I won't try for too much longer though, because they will eventually be able to kill me this way. I've been encouraged by the mere successes there, and it's made me stay longer than I probably should have. I'll tell you what, let's run these guys off. I'll actually pop on into Renii, I think, and then I can just come back out, sneak over to where they are, and maybe I can pick this one up. I think this is the one that I still need from this area over here. But it's just a shiny for a collection, so it's not like it's vital that I get it. I just would like to get it. And so let's see if this will work. We'll come over here, and we'll just start gathering it right in front of them. Ah, no good. Oh, it worked. Excellent. no intentions of fighting them. Now to check and see if there are any barrels swimming around this area. Because the place that they would be is basically up and down this river. Quest is like Lindell's Logger or something like that. And there are spots marked on the map, but I don't think that they're spots necessarily that the barrels are. I think they're just spots that the barrels can be. I don't actually see any up. We can check. Barrel of Logger shows it right here. Definitely not one there. Let's try this other one. Nope, no luck. I didn't think so. It's not spots that are static, I'm pretty sure. However, we do need to go return to Captain Gulishin. Here we have some rainbow lights. Let's check these out. We got bright red, soft blue, brilliant blue, which has led us to get an ancient silver coin. Let's try again. A very tiny coin purse, it says. Red, dim white, brilliant white. Just another very tiny coin purse again. Got bright red, dim white, and soft white. That was actually our last rendition of that with this set of rainbow lights because the lights disappeared. We used it all up. Level 70 pistol flying along. What is it doing to his village? Who knows? Perhaps some old quests.
Announce yourself. Are you friend or foe? Do you have them? Let's have a look. They're in better condition than I expected.
Good. Glad to have helped.
Well, that's one less thing to worry about. Your efforts are appreciated and will not go unrewarded.
Thanks. So, I was able to recover the 2 maps and boat schematics that Captain Gulishank wanted me to recover. And in return, Captain Gulishank has given me 1 gold, 35 silver, and 75 copper. Excellent. I also have 2 quests, or 2 collections ready to turn in. Also, a nice little bonus, as it were. For some reason, it thinks that finding the Feyweed is a level 35 quest. I'm not feeling that so much, because that Feyweed is in there with those nasty skeletons, or no, scarecrows. I keep calling them skeletons, I don't know why. Just the way it is, I suppose. Yeah, none of these quests are gonna be easy to knock out, I'm afraid. Let's see what we might have left on this list. Solo friendly stuff. That also isn't something that would get me a lockout timer from helping other people. I suppose I could pop back over to Thundering Steps, try to get some of these poppets that I've been hunting now and then. At some point, I should also go back into the Condemned Catacombs and update some of those quests. But for now, I think it will suffice to go to, Thundering Steps and check there. Because, yeah, I won't be able to stay on too terribly long. We'll have to get off there pretty soon and go start the process of getting ready for bed. I think I will definitely have time to go check on these pockets first, though. Well, I don't want to go to Enchanted Lands, actually. I want to go to Thundering Steps. Only to film it. Figure out what I'm doing for 1 second the next day. I do have room for 5 more quests now. And so I'm going to go through some of the things in my bags. Because I know that some of them are quest starters. So I would like to kind of get them going, so that I can someday get them out of my bags. It'd be a phenomenal moment in the ad. Because I definitely have a good lot of things here. And who knows where those will end up sending me to. I may have to go back to places that I've long since passed. Actually, it would have been a lot simpler if I had just taken the split paw shard and crawled over there. Then I could have just stepped out, basically to pretty much exactly where I'm trying to get to. Very, very close. It would still, honestly, be faster to go that direction, probably. That's right. We'll go with the long, scenic route. It'll work out fine.
I greet you.
The ultimate goal is to get over to quote-unquote So it doesn't really matter what the first place we go to is, whether we go to the Southeast Station or the Thundermist Village Station, because it's both going to take us to Cold Wind, Cold Nets. Earlier today, I was able to pick up some upgrades for some of my spells. I didn't get one for this one, Treacherous Blade, and I didn't get one for Dexterous Slashing, but I can actually just buy the materials if I need to get the 8 up to 3 of those, so I can move that, so.
Well met.
I had intended to get a little bit of crafting done, probably today, but, oh well, that's not the way it went. I know that Coffea is wanting to do some Tunes of Night, and I think she's wanting to do that tomorrow. So maybe we will. Oh, look at all those profits on purple. Oh, I got an update. Oh, nice. It's one of those quests that doesn't have to update every time you kill one of the things that you're supposed to. So, it's pretty good if it does. I'm pretty happy with it. That one didn't update. Got 2 more chances though, so no one else comes out. Update there. We've got another shot at it right here. Definitely have to pick up some more Spirit Turtle and Bull when I'm there. Because I'm completely out of those. dropped off a bunch of my poisons into the depot. Alright, got it all. That's crazy. That's unexpected. So, I'll do that. Let's take me to the docks. And turn this in. Task plus Dell training. I've fulfilled the high-end requisition from Farsi's trading company and have been rewarded handsomely. Can get this sequester paired up. And Task Manager Deldrin says, so, this is that supposed gatehouse brewery. Well, not so much it's different than any other brewery, but money is money. You relate. Again. When you have a contract, no matter how impossible it is, you finish it on time, understand? Here's your payment. Since I have no one else to do this, I might as well offer you this other contract. I say, I'll take it. He says, since you managed to complete your last several contracts, I'll award you one more. If you can't complete this contract in a timely manner, I'll have to award all future ones to other inquisitors. Now, will you take it? I say, personally, I really dislike you, but I'll still take it. Taskmaster says, I couldn't care less if you like me or not. We're here to do business, not to be friends. Now here's the list of things that the Farsi's needs. Again, I want this done on time. No one needs to hear about the details of the request. Return when you have them, and I'll pay you. Only if you're on time. I say it'll be done on time, don't worry. I need to harvest 32 specimens of steppes flora, it says. Well, no problem, right? Easy peasy. Just out of curiosity, it is 11:48 at night, and that Seabull is in Thunder Steps. Me and Duesa. Or is it Duesa? I don't know. Interesting. Even at this time, and with only 2 players and Thundering Steps, it's still showing 100 people on the server, which means it's more than 100 people, because the most that the search will ever show is 100 people. And I've consistently seen 100 every time I've done it. No matter what time or what day, on this server, it's shown 100. There we go, some high plains shrubbery, just what I wanted. Apparently the sparkling flower counted just fine as part of my 32 harvests. Flora. Ah, Hippity gained a trade skill level and is now level 11 helpful. Moving on up, I say. On the plus side, at least the harvesting part shouldn't take too terribly long for the flora. So whenever I see hippity boppity, I always think bippity boppity. Bippity boppity boo. Right? And then we look using illusionist. So, what do we make of that? Is the fairy godmother in Cinderella an illusionist? I think it's an argument that could be made. It feels, I don't know, more magical. In that, you know, I mean, the pumpkin really does seem to be turned into an operable carriage, for instance, and the mice turned into horsemen, right? So could you say that that is an illusionist sport? It's more of like transmogrification, I think. But I don't know. Maybe a wizard. Definitely a mage, no doubt of that. A mage designation is clear enough. It's the subclass that's questionable. At any rate, the good news about the bushes is that normally people don't harvest the bushes as much as the others. Huh. It seems like the moment that I'm looking for bushes, I can't find them. I found a lot on the other side. Weirdly, I haven't found any in the fields yet. Strange. I think I saw one. There's a shiny over here, though, so I got distracted. You know how it is. There it is. The High Plains shrubbery. The fable. Plains shrub. There's another one, my goodness. In that short of order. It's worse. High hopes that I'll find some more over here. Oh, well, I think maybe possibilities? No, maybe not. Yep, yes. Wonderful. Ah, there's one. Very good. We'll need one more after this. Sparks for now. It's alright. Get in there. So it hasn't really taken as long as it's felt like it took. Because when I called the evac earlier, it was right after that I got this harvesting quest, and as you can see, there's a minute left. I've been, I think, a minute and 32 seconds. Before we call again, and I believe this is up every 15 minutes. Yes, every 15 minutes, and so it has thus far been not quite 15 minutes of desperately searching for shrubberies, as the case may be. There's one feather. I think probably what I'll do is I will head over to the docks after this by means of another evac after I get this update and turn it in, and then I'll have to call it a night because it is about midnight at this point and I need to start trying to get things food ready for bed. So there we go. The next thing I'm going to need is going to be Gold for student apprentice schools. That'll be not too much. Alright. Made it back over here. And I'm gonna call this a great spot to log out. It was a pleasure streaming with all of you as usual. And hope to see you all tomorrow. Maybe we'll get a chance to go into Tombs of Night with Cloth. Yeah, that would be fun. One way or another, I'll be back tomorrow and hope to see you there. If you're not following me, be sure to follow and turn on notifications so that you can see next time I go live. I hope to see you there. Bye bye.